Good afternoon, students. Within 2 minutes, we will start our lecture. Okay. Is there my screen is visible? Yes. Is there my screen? Okay, Sakshi. So today we will start fifth chapter of Java. Okay, we have completed Java collection. Only some parts are remain for A division, and for B division garbage collection is remain. Garbage collection we will cover in the multi-threading chapter only. That's why I have kept it aside. Okay. So fifth chapter is a multi-threading and networking. In multi-threading, right now you are learning the operating system. So up to today's date, you have completed operating system, its processes, how it works like that. Okay. So multi-threading is the one part of that process. So we will see what is meant by a single thread, multi-threads likewise, and how we can create it and how we can use it in our programs. Basic use of multi-threading is related to game technology as well as the animation related projects. Okay, so main use of this multi-threading is focused on the game technology and animation. As well as in networking, you can use it. But for networking, this different socket programming is there, INET addresses are there. Then with the help of server, we can complete the network programming also. So in this chapter, we have to see what is meant by multi-threading, how to create a single thread as well as multi-thread, then its scheduling and priority. Okay, according to priority also you can assign the some task to that thread. Then what is meant by interruptions of a thread, then synchronization. That's why I have not explained what is meant by synchronize and non-synchronize in the fourth chapter. So these 2 points we will cover in this chapter only, as well as garbage collection. Because to maintain or to find out the garbage, we need threads. That's why I have kept that point aside in this lecture, or if possible, otherwise in next lecture we will see what is meant by garbage collection. Because today we have to see what is meant by thread. If in between lecture my connection is lost, please drop one message. Okay, if my screen is not visible or my voice is not audible, then you can unmute your mic and anybody from you can say me like this. Okay, because I am unable to find out whether my voice is audible or not, because I am on the another screen. So you can interrupt me and you can say what is the problem is there from your side. So this is our fifth chapter. So we will see one by one each and every point. So you can understand how to create the threads and how to use in your program. And then sixth chapter is based on the GUI and last one is the Java database connectivity. So I will move towards actual syllabus. Okay, so we will see first introduction of a multi-threading, because this is very important. If you know what is meant by working or introduction of a multi-threading, you can divide it into multiple parts. Multi-threading in Java is a process of executing multiple threads simultaneously. Okay, according to its name only you can find out number of threads are there that are working togetherly. The thread is a lightweight process. Okay, in OS you will learn this, or if that chapter is completed then you have already learned those parts. Thread is a lightweight process, or you can call it as a sub process. It is the smallest unit of a processing. Okay, because whenever we are creating any process, it is divided into different threads. Each and every thread has its own task. Each thread perform a single task. That's why to divide process into different tasks, we need a thread. Each thread contains a different task. Then, however, we use multi-threading than multiprocessing because threads use the shared memory area. If we have created different threads, okay, that threads comes under the one single process. So whatever area or whatever memory is allocated for that particular process, that is nothing but the shared memory. So these threads will take the shared memory over here. And see here, third point, multiprocessing and multi-threading both are used to achieve multitasking concept. Processing and before moving towards the multiprocessing, we will first completely see the multi-threading parts. Memory and context switching between the thread takes less time than multi-process. Context switching, it means, yes, whether that part is completed in OS, context switching. Yes, anybody can from you can tell me. Yes, have you completed context switching? So I can explain it otherwise. Yes, students, it's very easy. Only one sentence answer is there. You can text it, no issues. Okay, let it be. Context switching is nothing but the process of storing and restoring of a CPU state so that thread execution can be resumed from the state which is pointed and at the latter point of a time. Means what? Whatever memories get allocated, and from that storing part it will start execution, means thread execution will start, and after that some time the thread is having some time to complete it, and after that timing again the thread has started its working, so resuming process is done, and that resuming process is at that particular point is called as the context switching. So allocation of CPU state, nothing but the context switching. Okay, you can learn in OS because there are different algorithms are also provided for the context switching. So according to algorithm, its working is get changed. So main use of a Java multi-threading is what? To design the games, animations, etc. And main advantages of Java programming are nothing but it doesn't block the user because threads are independent and you can perform multiple operations at the same time. Okay, this is the main advantage. I have already told you that each and every thread perform a single task. That's why it doesn't block the user. Okay, then it can perform many operations together, so it saves the time as well as threads are independent. Okay, so this is the main use of multi-threading. And what is meant by multitasking? I have not included that point over here because with the help of a multi-threading, you are achieving the multitasking. Okay, multitasking is a process of execution multiple tasks simultaneously. We use multitasking to utilize the CPU and multi-threading for the arrange or for the distribution of work of process. Within few minutes we will cover this theory so you can understand the programs very easily. Again, multitasking can be achieved by using two ways. One is the process-based multitasking and thread-based multitasking. So to achieve multitasking, we need threading concept. That's why I have introduced you over here. Whenever that part comes in form of execution, then I will show you how to achieve the multitasking. Still, we will see what is meant by thread. Okay, so this is the structure of a thread. You can see here, this is, or you can consider as this big circle denotes as a OS, means operating system. In that different processes are going on, like here process 1, 2 and 3. Again, this is the one process which is divided into a multiple task, and that each task is given to a single thread. Suppose here addition process is there. Okay, for that addition purpose, you need two inputs, only two variables are there. Suppose you are having two inputs, input A and input B, and its addition is stored into input C. So three tasks are there. First, you have to take value of A from the user, value of B from the user, and you have to print display. You have to print value of a C, means addition to the console. So according to this example, you can divide this process into three tasks. T1, suppose related to take input from user as A. After that, take input B from user. You can consider it as a T2, and T3 related to generation of your output, that is the C is equal to A plus B. Okay, so according to use, that task is divided into different threads. This is not actual example. For your understanding, I am giving this example. Okay, otherwise you will feel that why we are using those variables to complete the addition program. Okay, so for understanding purpose, I am giving such an example so you can divide it very easily and you find out the use of these threads. That's why I am giving such a examples. Okay, so any doubts in this? Here you can see only one task is there. That's why only one thread is utilized. Here two tasks are there, then two threads are get utilized. According to working of that thread, the tasks are, according to working of this process, the tasks are divided into threads. Then Java class provides different thread programming. Okay, for achieve that thread programming, there are different methods are there. Total 36 methods are there. Out of that, I will tell you some names. Whenever we are creating thread, we need start method. After creation, we need run method to run that thread. Then, if you want to wait for some time, or if you want to give sleeping period to that particular thread, then sleep method is there. So for that timing, for that particular millisecond, that thread will on the sleep mode. Then again, current thread location is there. Okay, so join, get priority, set name, set name. Likewise, different 36 methods are there. So we will see one by one when we will start the programming. Okay, because if I have told you right now, then you will not understand those methods. So one by one we will see. Before moving towards the programs, first we will see life cycle of a thread, which is the important part. Because if you have missed any one out of these methods or out of this cycle, the working of thread is not get completed. It is get interrupted or its cycle is get break. So you will not check out the correct output. That's why working must be known to you. Actually, there are four stages to complete the thread cycle. These four stages are nothing but the new, runnable, non-runnable, and terminated. Okay, new, runnable, non-runnable, and whatever that fifth stage is there, that is the running. This is for our understanding, not process understanding. Okay, this running state is the user's understanding. Actually, at the backside of the thread, only these four stages are there: new, runnable, non-runnable, and terminal. Should know the flow of thread. That's why we have used running state. Okay, whenever you are searching on the Google, you will find out different life cycles, but you should follow this life cycle because only four states are there according to Sun Microsystem, and those threads are nothing. Those states are nothing but new, runnable, non-runnable, and terminated. And this running state is we have given to users to understand what is the flow of thread. Okay, so whenever you are explaining, you should mention the five steps. Keep it in mind that whenever you are explaining the life cycle of thread, you should mention the running state also. While mentioning, you can say that this is the user understandable life cycle. So according to JVM, these five steps. Okay, so I will this is the first step. I will zoom it. Okay, this is the first step, new. The state is in new state whenever if you create an instance of a thread class but before the invocation of a start method. Means before starting the thread you should be present in this state, and after starting the thread is in runnable state. After starting this thread is in runnable state after invocation of a start method, but the thread scheduler has not selected it to be in the running thread or not. Okay, you can see here. Whenever that thread scheduler will assign some task, then and then only that thread comes in the thread scheduler. Otherwise, which is waiting in the same point. Next one is a running. Means after allocation of a scheduler task, it move toward the running step. And when it will complete its task, means whenever that thread complete its task, it move towards the terminated, means it will close. And if any exception or any error will occur, it goes to non-runnable, means blocked state. On which conditions it goes to? We will sleep, block of IO, wait for lock, suspend, and wait. Okay, these are the different states which are present in the thread. That is the process. Same will be applicable to the threads. And whenever that sleep period is done or I operation is get completed or lock resume, all these tasks are completed, then again it goes to runnable state and remaining task it will cover. So this is the working of thread. That is the life cycle of thread. Understood? Yes, all of you, have you understood? So now we will see how to create the thread and how to use it in our program. There are two ways to create the thread. First one is by extending the thread class, and second one is by implementing the runnable interfaces. So you can use the thread or you can use the interfaces. Both the ways are allowed. So for completion of this program, you need different processes. Not actual process, it means you have to follow some structure, and that structure is designed by the scheduler. So before moving towards scheduler, we will see a very basic program of a thread. Okay, with the help of extending the thread class, and another one is implementing runnable interface. So first I will open Eclipse. I will first create a new project because we have started the fifth chapter. Now I am going to create a class. Okay, just now we have seen there are two ways with the help of a thread class, or another one is the runnable interface. Okay, so first I will create the one example. Suppose I have given name as a ex1. In that main method present, so we will write the public static void. Okay, so this is the by default code. Now, before doing this program, I want to say something related to thread creation. Thread class provides the constructors and methods to create and perform operations on the thread. Thread class extends object class and implements runnable interface. Okay, so commonly used thread constructors are nothing but single thread, or you can call it as a default constructor. Then constructor with parameters in that string name, otherwise runnable. Okay, I will show you it one by one so you can understand it. Different methods are also there, but first of all, only see how to extend the thread class in your program to implement the concept of a threads. Extends thread class. So you should write in capital. Okay, then whatever you want to implement, you have to read it in main method, but for start the thread you should require run method. लक्षात येत आहे? आता मी इथे थ्रेड क्लास एक्सटेंड करून घेतला ex1 मध्ये, म्हणजे आपल्या क्लासमध्ये. आता तुम्हाला थ्रेड स्टार्ट करायचा आहे. थ्रेड स्टार्ट करण्यासाठी रन नावाची एक मेथड लागते. व्हाय दिस रन मेथड इज रिक्वायर्ड? टू स्टार्ट द थ्रेड. It main use of this method is what? Perform the action for the thread. So first we will create the method which you will require to start the thread. And whatever information you want to write, you can write it in this method. You can see here. And that values get printed on the console. Okay, in that I will write one statement. Thread is in running. Thread is in running state. Okay, I have only mentioned a simple statement. After starting of a thread, what will be the message given to the user? Okay, now I will first create object of class. Suppose that object is E1 is equal to constructor. Now we have to start that thread. Then you can give name as a T1, T2 like this, or thread1, thread2 like this also. But we know this is the simple object which is required to create the thread. So we have written it, and now we will start the thread. Here you can see stop. You can stop it. Then throwable. This is the another first. We are doing the first program, so you should write it. Okay. Now see what I have done. I have only created a single thread which extend the thread class to design. Now I will directly execute it. Okay, thread is in running state. Means our thread is had started. Okay, so you can write the same program with the help of a runnable interface. But whenever you are using the runnable interface, at that time you need to create object of a thread also. Here you can see here we have extended the thread class in our program. That's why there is no necessity to create separate object of a thread class. But whenever you are using the runnable interface to implement the thread concept, then you have to create object of a thread class in the main method. Okay, now I will show you such an example because two ways are there to create the thread. For that, I will give name as a ex2. Main method is also there, so I will click it. Now here, I will implements runnable interface, right? Runnable interface. Same process is there. First, you have to write the run method in it. Okay, first I have written the run method. In that, I will replace this same statement because we are doing this same program with the help of a runnable interface. According to here, you can use the runnable interface or thread class. Okay, now see here clearly. Okay, because what I am doing first, I am creating object of a ex2 class as a E1. See here carefully what I am doing here. First, I have created object of a ex2 class. Now I am going to create object of a thread class, that is the T1, and in the constructor I am going to pass in the constructor I am going to pass object of a class, that is the E1. Okay, and after that we will start the thread. What we have done, first we have created object of a class ex2, then that object we have passed in the constructor of a thread, and then that thread is actually created and started. Okay, so this is the second way to create the thread. Okay, so this is the second way of creation of thread. So you can take both the ways. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, first take its screenshot, then I will show you that second part. Okay, if we have done, then I will open the second window. So this is the using the runnable interface. Okay, now we will move further Next part is nothing but the thread scheduler. Uh, have you taken screenshots? Yes, because I want to start next point. Have you taken screenshot? Okay, okay. Now see here. Next part is a thread scheduler. Right now we have only created a thread and we have started it. But this is not a complete working of a threading. Only that thread is started, but it has not started any type of a task. To assign task, scheduler is there. Okay, thread scheduler is in Java is the part of JVM that decides which thread should run. Okay, so that thread scheduler will decide which thread should run first or which thread provide input to another thread likewise. There is a no guarantee that which runnable thread will be chosen to run by the thread scheduler. Okay, if we have decided one some path like total 5 threads are there, out of second will run first as per our logic, but according to thread scheduler, as per its use, its working is get started, and only one thread at a time can run in a single process. Okay, you know, one process is divided into multiple threads, but at a time a single thread is starting condition. Okay, so this is the basic use of thread scheduler. Again here preemptive and non-preemptive methods are there, right? For scheduling purpose, time slicing is there. Under preemptive scheduling, the highest priority task executes until it enters the waiting or dead state, or higher priority task comes into existence. But in the time slicing, a task executes for a predefined slice of a time and then re-enters the pool of a ready task. Okay, so this is the basic difference. And the scheduler then determine which task should execute next and based on the priority other factors. So these are the basic concepts of a thread scheduler. So according to thread scheduler, the working of thread will start. So first there are different methods are there. Out of that we will start with sleep method. First one is the sleep method. This method of a thread class is used to sleep a thread for a specified amount of a time. You can mention it in the microsecond or in millisecond. Okay, so we will see its program so you can understand it. For implementation of this sleep method, you can throw the interrupted exception also, because if exception will occur, you should handle it. That's why there is a throw the exception process is there. So I will show you one program so you can understand it very easily how sleep will work in this program. So I will create one class. Okay. Now we are dealing with the sleep method. So I will give name as a example sleep. In that main method is there, so I will select it. Okay. Now, as we have seen, to create thread, we need to either extend the thread or implements the runnable interface. So here I am going to use thread class. So I will extend here thread class. Again, same process. First, you should create the method. Otherwise, thread will not get data and it will not start its function. Now see here, I will provide total 5 values for implementation. Okay. Suppose I have started with some value and I want to end with some another value. Suppose I have taken I is equal to 10, then Okay, in for loop, I will write the sleep method. Okay, but it may has some interruption, so you should use the try catch block to creation of this sleep with thread. For that, you have to use the class name dot method name. Okay, you can see here two ways are there. We are going to see first way, then we will move towards the second processes. So I have selected first method with single argument. In that I will pass the seconds, which are present in the format of milliseconds. Okay, and second, now you have seen here two methods are there. First one is with one argument, second one is with two arguments. Whenever we are using the first method with one argument, that timing is considered in the format of milliseconds. And whenever you are selecting the second method having two arguments, in that first argument is considered in millisecond and second considered in nanoseconds. Okay, so this is the difference between these two methods. Right now we are using the single argument. It means it contains the millisecond. Okay, so we have assigned 500 milliseconds, and after that we will write the catch block. Because we have used the try block, then we should write the catch block also. And right now we have seen the one name of an interruption, that is the interrupted exception. Whenever that thread is get interrupted by some problems, then you should handle that exception. Suppose I have given name of exception as a E1. Okay, so this is the simple try catch block. Now what we have to do, we have to print those values on the console. Whatever values we have written in the for loop, we have to write on the console. So I will mention here I. Okay, I am taking very basic program. After 1 minute. Okay, due to spelling that mistake is there. Now, what you have to do, we have to use this thread in your program to complete its task. Now, I will add two threads at a time because we want to apply the sleep method. Whenever we are applying sleep method, it means what? That thread will stop for that particular milliseconds. We have mentioned here 500 milliseconds. So, that thread will stop for 500 milliseconds. Again, its working will start after 500 milliseconds. Now what I will do, first I will create object of a main class, that is the this. Okay, we have used here thread class extension, so we can directly create object of it. Suppose a T1 is there and another thread T2, and we will start it one by one. First we will start the T1 and after that we will start the T2. Okay, now see here. First I have passed here total 4 values. Okay, because I have written here less than, so only 4 values are allowed, 10 to 40. Now see how. Okay, can you suggest me its answer? You can write in the chat box. Okay, again see this program. In run method I have written one for loop. In that for loop I have passed values from 10 to 50. Okay, if I have written 10 to 50, it will count from. Okay, I will mention here 15, 1, 5. Otherwise, it will take a maximum values like 39 values. So it will waste our time. So I have taken here 10 to 15. So total 4 values are there. Okay, because increment by 1 is there. Now, according to your logic, mention the answer in the chat box. We have started thread 1 and thread 2 simultaneously. What will be its answer? Anybody, anybody from you? You can mention over here. I know you are doing it for first time. Still, I am asking here because I want to find out whether you are active or not. Yes, only have to mention the answer, not the working. Because you have already learned what is mean by process in the OS, so you must know it this method. If that part is not completed, then also you can give me its answer that we have not completed. So I will explain it and move further. Yes, anybody can give the answer. Yes, why are you not replying? The simple answer is there. Okay, see here what will be answer and why such a type of answer is present for this program. 1 minute, I will execute it again. You can see the time span while execution of its output. Okay, it will take some time to print the value. So please be careful to see its output. Understood what happened? Okay, we have given here sleep period of a 500 millisecond. So after execution of this 10 for both the threads, because we have created here total two threads, T1 and T2. So first thread is get implemented 10 and second thread is also get implemented 10. After that, each has wait for 500 millisecond. Then second values get executed. Then third, likewise. And so total 5 values are get printed on the console. I will show it you again. Check it properly. Okay, we have given 500 milliseconds. Understood? That's why it is used in the game and animation programming. Understood? If suppose here objects are there, you can try it after completion of some days. Okay, first we will complete the simple programs of thread. After that, you should work on this. Okay. Suppose I have given here some image and I want to display it for multiple times, or I want to display it in the rotation motion. So you can give the motion with the help of a thread, and after giving some time it will be moving further by incrementing its position. Okay, so this is the use of sleep method. Any queries? First take its program so I can give you, or I will open this window. Okay, first take program. Okay, uh, now this is the output. Okay, in process or in life cycle of process, you have seen that part. Can we start thread twice in a single? Suppose I have created one program. Can I start a single thread for multiple times? Shall we check here? Yes. Listen my question first. Can we start a thread twice in a program? Only yes or no answer is there. Can we start it? No. Okay, right. Your answer is correct. Why we cannot start it? You can mention in the chat box, no issues. Okay. See its answer. Yes, it is correct. We cannot start the thread twice. Only one process must be there. Okay. This is also correct option, but you have to specify a correct one. Okay. As now we have seen that at a time a single thread will be in running condition, but we are going to see whether one thread will start multiple times or not. Right, your answer is correct. It throws the exception. But why? In case thread will run once, but for second time it will throw the exception. If you does so, the exception name is illegal thread start exception. Okay, if you have trying to start it second time, it will generate the exception, and that name is illegal thread state exception, and it can never be started again because at a time only one execution of a thread is going on, and if that thread is in working, then how it will start again? And that's why that thread generate the exception, that is the illegal thread start exception. Okay, so I will mention in the program only. Yes. Okay, I will open the first program only, because we have already created that thread. Only I will start it again. Mm, okay. For first time it had generated, but for second time it has given answer as a illegal thread start exception. Understood? So this is the very basic question, but it may be asked at the time of interviews. That's why I have gone through this explanation. You should remember it. It may ask in the concept of a exception handling, or it may be asked in the thread handling. Okay, so you should know its answer. Now I will move towards the next part. That next part is nothing but the join method. But before join method, uh, I want to discuss one point. Suppose I have created run method. In program only I have created run method. You can see here. Suppose I have created run method. In place of a start, suppose I have written a run method only. What will be the answer? Yes, whether answer will be changed or not. Okay, what we are doing, we are creating the run method and we are starting our thread with the help of a start method. In place of start, I have mentioned the same name, that is the run. Can that program will work? Yes. Okay, see here. That program will execute because you are accessing same method in the same class. But what happen if you have created run method here, you have used run method in place of a start, it fine, but it doesn't start a separate call stack because whenever you are creating a particular thread, it will uses some stacks to store its functionality. I will show you it. Okay, from your side it will be open. If not, you can give me reply. Okay, see here. First I will draw this tag. Is it visible? Okay, I will first draw the structure of a stack so you can understand it what I am saying over here. Okay, so this is the basic stack. What you are doing? So 1 minute. Are you able to see this dashboard or that whiteboard? If not, you can suggest me. I will change the board because some are giving me reply as a access problem. I think those who have joined from their personal Gmail IDs. That's why they are not showing this. Okay, let it be. I will stop that board. I will open it into print. Okay, now there is no problem. Is it okay? Now see here. Suppose I have created a stack. In that stack, I have added some values. Okay. Now see here. What is our program? In place of a start, we are writing directly the run method. But whenever you are writing directly the run method, that working of a thread will not start properly. What happened? At the at this location, the main method is there because we are accessing our thread in the main method. Okay, see here. Here main method is there. Okay, then and top of this stack again your next method is comes. Next method is nothing but the actual start method, but we are writing here run method in place of start. So automatically on top of this stack, this run method will come. Okay, so top of this stack, run method will come, which is not the part of a thread. Understood? Which is not part of that thread because functioning of a thread will start with the method start. So it will generate the same output, but it is not in the correct way. That's why you should remember that if you have started with the run, it will change its functionality. Output is also get changed because of that issue. You can see here. Because that thread is not properly started, so its functionalities get changed. You can see here output is get different. Understood? I will show you it again. मगाशी याचं आउटपुट काय आलं होतं 10 10 11 11 12 12 13 13 14 14 right, but what we have done, we have started it as a normal method. So first it has completed the first thread and secondly it has completed its second thread. So this is not the correct way to implementation of thread. It is considering it as a simple method. This is not considered as a thread method. लक्षात येत आहे. जसं आपण नॉर्मल क्लास डिझाईन करतो त्या क्लासमध्ये इथे एखादी मेथड देतो आणि तीच मेथड इथे लगेच मेन मेथड मध्ये ऑब्जेक्ट मध्ये हा ऑब्जेक्ट यूज करून ऍक्सेस करतो. सेम वे ही प्रोसेस झाली. म्हणून इवन T1 डॉट रन म्हणजे फर्स्ट जेव्हा कॉल केलं तेव्हा पहिले या 5 व्हॅल्यूज प्रिंट झाल्या. नेक्स्ट जेव्हा T2 ने म्हणजे सेकंड ऑब्जेक्टनी कॉल केलं तेव्हा सेकंड व्हॅल्यूज राहिलेल्या परत 5 व्हॅल्यूज प्रिंट झाल्या. म्हणजे हा थ्रेड म्हणून ऍक्ट झालेला नाही. ही सिंपल नॉर्मल क्लास म्हणून ऍक्ट झालेला आहे. नॉर्मल रन मेथड म्हणून ऍक्ट झालेली आहे. ही थ्रेडची रन मेथड म्हणून ऍक्ट झालेली नाही. सो यू शुड रिमेंबर दिस डिफरन्स विथ यू. Okay, as you can see in this program like that, there is no context switching is going on because this is not a concept of a thread. You have directly used that method. Here T1 and T2 will started as a normal object, not a thread object. That's why this answer is get changed. It has first completed task of object T1 and it has secondly completed task of a object T2. Okay, so whenever if you are solving any type of a test or any type of a apti based on the Java or it may be from other subject like Python as well as the C Sharp, this concept is come in front of you. If threading program is there, you can find out whether that program is based on the thread or not with the this part extends thread or implements runnable interface. If that portion is not present over here, then you can call it as a normal way. Whenever that portion is there and in main method, that thread has not started with the help of a start method, then it will act as a normal object only, not a thread object. So don't confuse it between normal object and thread object. Otherwise, you will lose your marks. Okay, so while seeing the program, see it properly and then only choose your answers. Okay, don't confuse in between normal object and thread object. So you can take its program as well as output. First, I will keep this program in front of you. First, I have, that's why I have kept same program and in that I have replaced start method by run method to give you this difference. Okay, so take it screenshot and then I will open the answers. It means output. Okay, so now I will open the output. You can take output also because whenever that program is get executed, then and then only you can understand the difference between whether that program is worked on the normal object or thread object. According to this extend thread or runnable interface, you will find out whether that program uses the thread or not. Okay, now I will move towards the join method. Okay, so next part is a join method. This method waits for a thread to die. In other words, it causes the currently running thread to stop execution until the thread it joins with the completes its task. Okay, so this is the purpose of using the join method in your program. So I will replace it with start first. I will keep same program as it is. Okay, because we need same method sleep because we want to give this some time slot. Now what I will do, I will create one more thread over here. Suppose that thread name is T3 is equal to new EX. Okay, now see I have created total 3 threads. Now I am using join method. First I have started the first thread, then I will use the try block. In that try block I have written the second thread. Now I will mention here catch block, and you know for that some exception is there, it must be handled. Suppose I have given name as a E. I will mention the same over here. Whether that statement will generate error? Yes, I have given same object. I think you are very perfect, so there is no necessity to explain it. Now see here, I will first complete thread 1 and then I will start the second thread. Okay, as per working of a join method, first thread must be get completed, then and then only we can start the second thread. And after that, T3. Okay, what I have done, first I have started first thread, then join method is used, and then I have started the second and third thread. Now see its output. First I will increase. First it has completed first thread and then second and third thread working simultaneously because we have used the join method. Use of join method is what? It will first give time to complete first thread. लक्षात येतंय जो पहिला थ्रेड होता त्याला तरी completely timing provide केलं. After completion of working of this first thread, then the remaining thread has started. Now suppose I have given the same process to second thread, then also it will first complete this portion again for second thread and remaining third thread is get implemented. Understood? Use of join method. Okay, you can see it. I think okay. Void run पासून लक्षात घ्या जर कुठला एखादा ब्रॅकेट मिस होत असेल तर लक्षात ठेवा कारण completely open नाही होणार इथे. Okay, so you can take a screenshot, then I will show you its output. One more point is there in it. Right now, I have given a join method without parameter. Now, like sleep method, there are also facilities available to give parameter of milliseconds. Okay. And first, I will open its output. You take it, then I will make change over it. Okay. Now see here, I will pass some milliseconds in the join method. What will happen? Okay. Right now default value is there. Now suppose I have passed here 500 milliseconds. What will happen? We will increase by 500. First I will assign here 500, then I will assign 100, and then 1000, then 1500. Now see, first I have assigned here 500 milliseconds in join method. Now see its output. What happened? See here, I will explain its answer first. आपण T1 ला स्टार्ट केलं, 500 मिलीसेकंडचा जॉईनिंग टाइम दिला. ह्याचंच मिनिंग काय? फर्स्ट एक्झिक्युशन झालं T1 चं. त्याच्यानंतर तो 500 मिलीसेकंड साठी स्टॉप झालाय. तेवढ्या वेळेमध्ये सेकंड थ्रेड स्टार्ट झाला, राईट. त्याच्यानंतर फर्स्ट थ्रेडचे 500 मिलीसेकंड तोपर्यंत कंप्लीट झाले, म्हणून अगेन इट मूव टुवर्ड्स फर्स्ट थ्रेड अँड फर्स्ट थ्रेड व्हॅल्यू इज 11. देन परत 500 मिलीसेकंड साठी फर्स्ट थ्रेड स्टॉप झाला, त्याच्यामुळे तोपर्यंत थर्ड थ्रेड स्टार्ट झालाय. लक्षात येतंय? ही व्हॅल्यू आहे, ही फर्स्ट थ्रेडची आहे. फर्स्ट थ्रेड 500 मिलीसेकंड साठी स्टॉप झाला होता, का तर आपण जॉईन मेथड यूज केली. त्याच्यामुळे सेकंड थ्रेड तोपर्यंत स्टार्ट झाला. त्याच्यानंतर फर्स्ट थ्रेडचे 500 मिलीसेकंड झाल्यामुळे फर्स्ट थ्रेडची सेकंड व्हॅल्यू स्टार्ट झाली. ती कोणती आहे तर 11. त्याच्यानंतर परत एकदा तो 500 मिलीसेकंड साठी स्टॉप झाला. त्याच्यामुळे काय झालं तर तुमचा थर्ड थ्रेड स्टार्ट झाला तेवढ्या पिरियड मध्ये. सी हिअर, लक्षात येते? फर्स्ट थ्रेड स्टार्ट झाला, त्याची व्हॅल्यू आली 10. त्याच्यानंतर 500 मिलीसेकंड तो जॉईन व्हायसाठी वेट करायला लागला. तेवढ्या वेळेत सेकंड थ्रेड स्टार्ट करून दिलं, आणि सेकंड थ्रेड स्टार्ट झाल्यानंतर त्याचे 500 सेकंड कंप्लीट झाले, म्हणून परत फर्स्ट थ्रेडचा सेकंड व्हॅल्यू म्हणजे 11 प्रिंट झाली, आणि परत तो 500 मिलीसेकंड साठी वेटिंग वरती गेला. तेवढ्या पिरियड मध्ये थर्ड थ्रेड स्टार्ट झाला. ओके, अगेन सेम प्रोसेस. थर्ड थ्रेड स्टार्ट झाल्यानंतर तो परत फर्स्ट थ्रेड कडे गेला, पण फर्स्ट थ्रेड अजून वेटिंग मध्ये आहे, त्यामुळे ही जी 11 व्हॅल्यू आहे ती सेकंड थ्रेडची आहे. लक्षात येतं? अशा प्रकारे हे कम्प्लिटली वर्किंग आहे. I will divide it. See here, I will take it in on notepad. See here, I have taken it in on notepad. I will mention here names of a thread, so it will be very easy. First T1 has started. लक्षात येतंय? Then T2 has started. Then after T1, it requires 500 milliseconds. So here again T1 is started. It again requires the 500 to join another. Here T3 has started in between it. Now again it is T2. Okay. Then तोपर्यंत T1 चे 500 मिलीसेकंड कंप्लीट झाले. ओके, T2 झाला, T3 झाला. आता हा परत T2 झाला, आणि इथे कोणाचे आले तर T1 चे वर्किंग आले परत एकदा. त्याच्यानंतर तो परत 500 मिलीसेकंड साठी स्टॉप झाले. लक्षात येते? तर अशा प्रकारे हे कम्प्लिटली वर्किंग होते. Don't confuse in between it, okay? Because these values are get automatically carried out through the compiler. There is no necessity to take the track of it. Only for your understanding purpose, I am mentioning here. So don't take tension about it. Okay, so then here we have completed T1, then again here T1. Understood? Again here T1. Now it comes to T1 only. Likewise, process of a T1 is going. Okay. Now suppose I have changed its time by 1000. I have changed its time by 1000. 1 minute, 1 minute. I will open it. Okay, understood? So according to timing, its values get changed. Now suppose I have given here 1500 milliseconds. Again, its working is get changed. Okay, so this is the difference due to milliseconds. So as per your requirement, you can give the milliseconds while designing the any type of animation. Okay, so before moving towards next point, first we will take the presenting, then we will move towards next point. Yes, Pooja. Can you stop? Pooja Kate. It's okay, no issues. Start with A division. Roll number 1. From A division, start calling roll numbers. Roll number 1. Absent. Roll number 1. Roll number 2. Is your roll number? 1 is there. Okay. Roll number 2 is there. A division. Roll number 2. Absent. 3. Roll number 3. Why are you not giving attendance? Otherwise, your absentee will be marked. If you are not mentioned here in the chat box, or if you are not unmute your mic, your absentee will be marked. Roll number 1 is present. 2 is there. Next 3. Don't give in between that. I am asking roll number wise. Then only mention the roll numbers. Roll number 4.
Present, ma'am.
5.
Present, ma'am.
6.
Present, ma'am.
7.
Present, ma'am.
8.
Present.
9.
Present, ma'am.
10.
Present, ma'am.
11.
Present, ma'am.
12.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 13.
Present, ma'am.
14. 1 4. 14 is there. Next 15.
Present, ma'am.
16. 1 6. 17.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 18. 18 is there. 19.
Present, ma'am.
19 is okay. 20.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 21.
Present.
22.
Present, ma'am.
23.
Present, ma'am.
24.
Present.
25.
Present, ma'am.
26.
Present, ma'am.
27. 27. 28.
28 present, ma'am.
Okay. 29 is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 30.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 31.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 32 is there. 33.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 34.
Present, ma'am.
35 is there. 36.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. 43 is there. Okay. 44 is there. 45.
Present.
Okay. Roll number 50. 50. 51 is there. 52. Roll number 52. 53.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 54.
Present.
55.
Present.
Okay. 56 is there. 57. Roll number 57. 58 is present. 59.
Present.
Okay. 60. Roll number 60. 61. Yes, roll number 61. 62. 63. 64. 65.
Present.
Omkar, your roll number?
And passed.
Okay. 66. 67 is present. 68.
Present.
69.
Present.
And 70.
Present.
Okay. B division.
Ma'am,
Roll number.
present.
Okay. From B division, roll number 1.
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
3. 3 is present. Then 4. Roll number 4. 5.
Present, ma'am.
6. Roll number 6. 7.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 8 is there. 9 is there. 10. Roll number 10. 11 is there. 12, 13. Roll number 17. 1, 7. Absent. 18. Manisha. 1, 8. 19. 20.
Present.
Okay. 21. Meena. 22 is present. 23, 24, 26. 28. Roll number 28. 29. 30 is there. 31.
Present. Present, madam.
Okay. 32. Roll number 32. Yes, Rohit, I have noted your roll number. 32 is absent. 33 is present. 34. 34. 35.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 36. 37 is there. 38. 39. 40.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 40, 41, 42 is there. 43, 44.
42 present.
Yes, yes, I have noted. 45 is there. 46. Omkar. 47. Roll number 50. Okay. 51. 52. 53. 54.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 55.
Present.
Okay. 56. 57 is there. 58. 59. 60 is there. 61. 61. 62. Is there anybody present from 61 to 70? If yes, present. 61 to 70.
73.
One,
Sorry, 74.
1 minute, 1 minute. I am asking between 61 to 70. Okay. 71. 72 is there. 73. 74 and 5 are there. 76. 77. 78. 79 is there. 80. Okay. While taking attendance, if anybody had joined in between.
Hello, ma'am. Roll number 4 present, but due to network issue, she left the meeting.
Okay. So I will mention first A division. Check whether this present or not with these roll numbers. If there, then mention in the chat box. These are the roll numbers from A division. Now I am writing from B division. Don't leave the lecture. Okay, 57 is present from A division. 77. 63. Anybody else? Okay. Digvijay, I have noted your roll number. Okay, so only one point is there. We have to take names from user to thread, so we can assign it. Okay, so I will move towards the another point, which is the part of join method. We have seen the join method in same point. Get name, set name, get ID, all these methods are there. First, I will explain you what is the functioning of these methods. Get name is basically used to assign whatever name is assigned by the JVM that will be printed in front of us. Okay, this is the working of a get name. And when we are using set name, whenever we want to define user defined name, then we can use the set name method. And get ID is related to system generated ID. If we want to change it, we cannot change it because this is the system generated ID. Only we can change the name of thread because any thread is get generated, its names are nothing but thread 0, thread 2, thread 4 likewise according to its sequence. You can find out the current thread also with the help of method current thread. So I will open one new program to mention the thread names. So this is the last program for today's lecture. Remaining programs we will see in the next lecture. So this is related to different properties. So I will give name as a example. Right now I have not given such a name, so I can give it in the same process. First you have to extend the thread class. Extends thread class. Then in that main, first you have to write the run method. Okay. Simple statement I will write here. Like this one, I will directly copy. Otherwise, it will take some time. Okay. Now I will go inside main method. First, I will create object of a example class. Suppose name is equal to okay. Now what I have done, first I have created one thread. In same fashion, I will create the second thread by name as a T2. Now in SOP statement, I will first find out name of that thread. How to find out name of that thread? See, first I will write here name of thread T1 with object T1. How we can find out it? T1 dot name of thread. So you need get name here. You can see its priority. You can see its priority also, ID also, and name also. We will check it one by one. First I will write the name. In same fashion, you will find out it for second thread. Only I will write here T2 because we are dealing with second thread. Okay, in same fashion, you will find out the ID of that thread. I will display ID of both the threads. You need ID, so you can mention in the method as the ID. See here. Dot get ID. First method only. Understood? Okay. So both the ways are there. Now we will start the threads. Still now we have not started the thread. Whenever we are creating thread, some ID and name is get allocated to that particular thread. Okay, and if we want to assign name to particular thread, we can assign the name after starting the thread. Before starting of a thread, we cannot access the name. Okay, whatever name is allocated by the system, that only the name of that thread. If we want to change it, we can change it after starting of that thread. Before starting, we cannot change it. So we have to wait for starting of a thread. So I will change name of a thread 1. Okay, in that set name I will give name as a, suppose you are studying in third year, so I will give name as a TY. Okay, TY BTech. This is the name of that thread. Now I will display it on the console. Change name. After changing. Okay, after changing, whatever name is assigned by us, that will be given to name of that thread. Now I will execute this program. Okay, see here. Okay, name of first thread is by default thread 0, then second one is thread 1. ID assigned for first thread is 8 and for second thread is 9. Okay, and now we have started our first thread, and after starting first thread, it will first complete its working and then second thread will get started. Okay, according to our normal rule we have already seen in the introduction of multi-threading. First it will complete working of a first thread, then second thread will get started. At a time a single thread will be in running position. So it will change its name, and after changing, name of a thread of T1 become as a TY BTech, right? And then second thread is get started, but we have not changed its name, we have kept it as it is. Okay, understood? So you can take it screenshot. In same way, priority is also there, but we will see in the next lecture. Current thread, how to calculate current thread, this way is also there, but okay, we will see that current thread part, but we will see priority in the next lecture. Okay, now see how to check which which thread is going on. For checking it, you need one method, and I will display this content to user. So you will require thread class method, that is the thread dot current. See here, that name is automatically generated, current thread, and whatever name of that thread is there, you can find out, or you can find out the ID also. Okay, whatever current thread is there, it will display while execution of it. I will comment this line. Now I will again execute it. Understood? First it has changed its working, means it has changed name of T1, and after that second thread has started. So second thread is in working condition. Thread 1 denotes second thread is in working condition at the last. And name of it is TY BTech B. Understood? So this is the working of current thread method. So if we have taken its screenshot, we will stop here 1 minute before stopping. Now you can take its screenshot. Have you taken it? Okay. Any doubt in today's lecture?